What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So one of the bigger free agents this offseason, as we all know, was supposed to be James Harden. Well, that was until he, of course, accepted his player option and requested trade out of Philadelphia with the preferred destination of the Los Angeles Clippers. And when the trade request first came out, I decided not to jump on a video right away about it because I thought, okay, maybe this will be resolved soon. I'll do a video when it becomes official, and obviously that has not aged well whatsoever because James Harden has not been traded, and it sounds like he won't be traded anytime soon. But today, I have decided I'm going to go ahead and jump the gun here. I'm going to go ahead and grant James Harden trade request. We're going to send him to the Clippers, and we will be doing a James Harden Los Angeles Clippers rebuild. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you are new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. YouTube tells me that 63% of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed, so you do fall into that 60%. Want to change that? That would be greatly appreciated. But let's talk about the trade that we did. This is the same trade we did the other day. By the way, I did a trading James Harden 76ers rebuild the other day where we did this exact same trade. So Marcus Morris, Bones Highland, and Norm Powell, and a first round pick for Harden and PJ Tucker. Will this be the actual trade if Harden does get traded to the Clippers? I have no clue. So don't take this too seriously. It's just for fun at the end of the day. Regardless, you look at this new Clippers team. You have Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, James Harden, Zubac, Kenyon Martin, Russell Westbrook, and of course, like Plumlee, Terrence Mann, Covington, Brandon Boston, Nicholas Batum as the rest of the roster. One thing we all know is the window for the Clippers to win a championship literally could be running out. We've been saying it every year since they've traded for Kawhi, or since they traded for Paul George and signed Kawhi. If this team was healthy, they win it all. And almost every year, health has become an issue, I think the one year that they were healthy was in the bubble. They simply choked. And you have Kawhi Leonard and Paul George on a player option next year. And I'm not really sure what the future holds for the Clippers. And it sounds like they've been shopping Paul George this offseason as well. But if they got James Harden to the team who's on a one-year deal, this feels like it would be the last run, right? This feels like this would be the last run for the Clippers to make things right, make this trade all worth it, go get the Clippers their first championship. But it has not worked out so far. So we're going to try to make it work. Today's video is going to be a very short one. It's going to be 2 seasons max. I think what we're going to do, since I primarily just want to focus on James Harden on the Clippers, this may be, if this does happen, this may very well be just a one-year thing where Harden's on the Clippers and they go at it for one more year. And if it fails, maybe that's when Ballmer and the Clippers are like, okay, it's time to move on. We got to just move on to the next thing. So I'm moving Harden to the 2. I'm moving Paul George to the 3. And I'll put Russell Westbrook as the starting point guard. So your new rotation would be this. So it'd be Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Kawhi, or Paul George, Kawhi, Zubac with Kenyon Martin, Mason Plumlee, Terrence Mann, and Covington as the rotation. So what I'm going to do to make this video somewhat longer, because if it's just one season, which I think could definitely be the case if this were to happen, that's gonna be like a 5-minute video. We're not gonna do that. I'm going to do this. We're gonna assume that Harden, in the offseason resigns for one more year, and then Kawhi Leonard and Paul George accept their player options, and we'll run it back another year. So we're gonna give it 2 years. Basically, we have 2 years to win a championship with this team. I think in real life, if this happens, like I've been saying, the Clippers would probably only have 1 year to get this right, but we're gonna give ourselves 2 years for this video. So we're gonna run it. This proficiency, we're gonna go ahead and leave it at a balance for this year. We're gonna simulate year number 1. There is a chance we stop at the trade deadline because, as I said, our window of opportunity to go out there and win a championship, it's very small. So we got to make things as perfect as they can be. I'm going to go ahead and make Kawhi and Paul George accept their play options right now already. That way we have them locked up for the, for next season as well, because we're doing 2 years. But I will see you guys either at the trade deadline or at the end of the season. I'm hoping to stop at the trade deadline to maybe make a big, bench addition. So we're currently at the trade deadline at 36-22 on the season, and I'm trying to make some big additions here. So I have a guy in mind that I think could be a really good get. I just don't know if the Hawks would say yes. So I'm gonna try to get DeAndre Hunter. There's been talks about them potentially wanting to get off DeAndre Hunter's salary, and I feel like I could give them that by giving them some expiring contracts in Batum and Robert Covington, and then we throw them like Brandon Boston and make it worth their while, something like this. And then we have a couple of guys maybe can throw in as filler and see what they say to this. So this is my dream scenario where we give them Covington, Batum, Brandon Boston, and let's say we throw them a couple seconds. They get off DeAndre Hunter's contract. We get a good bench addition forward in DeAndre Hunter. They think they're contenders, so the odds of this going through are very slim, and they say no. So that's not going to work. I wanted to try it. It's not happening. Another guy I did have in mind who's probably going to be a little bit easier to get is on the Toronto Raptors. Obviously, Siakam would be like the big get, but I'm not going for Siakam. I'm going to go for Chris Boucher. I just need a bench addition at this point, so I'm not trying to get too fancy here. So if I threw them like Covington and Boston for Boucher, I think that's a decent trade, and I think they should say yes, they do agree. So we went from DeAndre Hunter to Boucher, and yeah, that's definitely a big difference, but we got a guy off the bench, which is what I really wanted to prioritize to begin with. So 36-22 on the season. We add Chris Boucher at the deadline. I feel like that makes us a better roster. We'll see if that's the case. I'll see you guys at the end of this season. At the end of year number 1, Trae Young wins MVP. No one's surprised by that. Vic is your rookie of the year. Chris Paul, 6th man. Evan Mobley, defensive player. Daniel Gafford, most improved. And Quinn Snyder, coach of the year. And Jacob Park is your executive. I can't imagine we have any Clippers on all NBA teams just because... Oh, I guess we do get James Harden, which is cool. But I just thought the ball would be shared around with too many guys. But no, we do actually get a, all NBA representative and James Harden, which is cool. But we are the second seed in the West. So first year goes pretty decently well, I would say. 24 from James Harden with 10 assists. 22 from Paul George, 21 from Kawhi, 13 from Russell Westbrook with 6.5 assists, 11 from Kenyon Martin, 10 from Zubac, 7 from Mann, and then 6.5, and then 6 from Boucher, who we brought in. So here we are in the playoffs. We get the Pelicans in round 1. So obviously we would hate to go home in round 1. That would not be a good look for this video. So we'll see if we can get out round 1 at the very least. Get the Pelicans. Fingers crossed. Somebody current round against the Pelicans, and we are going to beat them at 6. We get out round 1 at the very least. That's great. And now I get the Phoenix Suns. So Phoenix got Bradley Beal, Booker, Josh Okogie, Durant, DeAndre, and Christian Wood is someone who they got. Cameron Payne, Drew Eubanks, Keita Bates-Diop, and Metu. So a pretty good team in Phoenix. So this is going to be a tough matchup. Here goes nothing. Game 1, 1-0 start for us. Beat them at 5. Game 2, they even it up. Game 3, 2-1. Uh-oh. We might be in trouble, boys. Game 4, do we even it up? We do. Okay, we're not going home yet. Game 5 is a big one. We're up 3-2, and we actually obliterated them in Game 5. Do we get to the Western Conference Finals, though? And we do. We're in the Western Conference Finals. Let's go. Okay, here we are. Now we get... Oh, I thought we were getting the Lakers. That'd been awesome. Battle of LA. But all good. We get the Grizzlies instead. They're starting David Roddy at the 3. Pretty interesting, I will say. But Desmond Bane, David Roddy, Jaren Jackson, Tillman, John Morant. I think there's the ability we should be able to beat this team, but you never really know. Here goes nothing. Do we get to our first NBA Finals with the Clippers? Game 1, 1-0. Good start so far. Game 2, 2-0. Game 3, 3-0. We about to do it? Okay, the Grizzlies win Game 4. And we beat them. Let's go. We're in the finals. Wow. Okay. James Harden is your finals MVP. We have to win it here because I guarantee you next year, we're not going to be even close to this. I think we get literally just bouncing around 1 next year because of how old the roster is about to get. And the regression that's about to hit on this team is going to be like a dark cloud on a Saturday night. I don't know what kind of analogy I'm trying to make. But Clippers, they got Brogdon, Jalen Brown, Tatum, Porzingis, Robert Williams, Derek White. So we got to take advantage right now. I don't think our window is going to be any better next season. So game 1, 1-0 start for the Celtics. Respect. Game 2, 2-0. Game 3, okay, we win. Game 4, 3-1, and that's it, probably. Yep, we lose. Okay, Celtics going to win the championship. We got to the NBA Finals, but, we kind of, as expected, the Celtics do beat us. They beat us in 5. I'm glad we got to the Finals in general, but, yeah, I don't think we're getting there next year. So, there's a good chance that that was it, but we'll see. Draft lottery, I can't even imagine we have a first-round pick this offseason, and no, it goes to the Denver Nuggets. What trade is that from? I'm not really sure. Is that from that? I actually have no clue. Perimeter defensive coach. Let's go ahead and fill this out. And then I'm going to fill the rest of this out. And I'll see you guys in free agency. Hopefully to re-sign James Harden. And then maybe we can make another trade or 2. We'll see. So on draft night, of course, we don't have a first round pick. We do have a second round pick, though. So I guess we can jump in and maybe try to draft somebody in the second round that could be impactful right away. Highly doubt that will be the case, but you never really know. We got Trey White. We got MJ Rice, Fisher. I'll take MJ Rice. I don't know if he can be like at least a 70 overall. He's a 69. That's close enough. Player options, nothing there. And as I said, I already made Kawhi and Paul George accept their player options. I wanted to go ahead and give ourselves another window at this, even though I think it's going to be even worse than this than last year. But Kenyon Martin's their restricted free agent. Would love to bring him back. And then James Harden would also love to bring him back since he's pretty much the top of the video. Although, okay, so it is going to let me. I'm going to give him a 1-year deal, though. I doubt he has another good offer, so he should just sign that. He does. We have to renounce Batum, which I'm totally okay with, but we're going to give it, like I said, one more shot. So James Harden, we got him taken care of, which is great. Kenyon Martin asking for 20 million. I doubt I can get him that, but Mason Plum is a free agent who's 34. So right now, our rotation would be Russell Westbrook, Terrence Mann, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Amir Coffey, Kobe Brown, and MJ Rice. We need to get younger. That's the main thing. And it also would be beneficial to probably get a different center as well. I actually have a center in mind. You know, he's just so reliable in 2K, it feels like, and we're going to go get him again. If we want any chance to maybe go out there and win a championship this year, you got to go for our boy Clint Capella. He's also on a 1-year deal, so it just almost makes too much sense. Everybody on this, everybody under, literally almost everybody on the rosters on a 1-year deal other than Kobe Brown. So you can just have a clean slate, no one's under salary, and you move on to whatever you want to do next. I don't know, but so Capella is the guy I want to get. What do I have to do to, so Kobe, MJ Rice, who I just drafted, and then do I have to include like Chris Boucher? It's gonna suck to include, oh man, I might have to include too much here. I want to be able to keep Terrence Mann because I'm gonna need a point guard. Or wait, Zubac. I guess I'd be fine with trading Zubac. So, but I don't know, 5 million. Can I get to 5? Oh, I think I can. I think I get to 5 million without trading Boucher or Terrence Mann. So I'm trading everything else that I have. We're going all in Capella. They should accept this. Obviously, we have to include literally everything to match Capella's salary, and they agree. So we get a good center and Clint Capella, and we have Boucher at the 4 now. So we have a starting 5 essentially. Obviously, Paul George and Kawhi, and then, you know, Boucher is kind of the backup. So we'll just have to get a good MLE signing and call it a day. So what are we getting? And then Kenyon Martin will also be back, so he'll be like our whatever. So, I mean, we have our guard rotation. So the main thing is getting a backup 5. So backup 5, you have Plumlee. You have like Jermichael Green out here, Omer, Yurt7, Drew Eubanks. I'm just gonna hope Drew Eubanks or Hernan Gomez. Actually, Hernan Gomez. Him on a minimum wouldn't be terrible. So we'll go for that. What else do we want? So we want Bogdan, Alec Burks, Luke Kennard, Bruce Brown. Wow, Bruce Brown for 4.5 million would be an absolute steal. Yeah, sign me up. I mean, I don't know if he would ever sign for that again after getting 22 million from the Pacers, but you know what? We got to do what we can. So go for that. And then Kenyon Martin will probably get back his qualifying offer. If it's going to let me resign Mason Plumlee, I'll go for that too, because, I mean, you can never have enough here. So Plumlee, give him a deal as well. So we get Hernan Gomez and Plumlee. That's taken care of. And then Kenyon Martin. And then we also got Bruce Brown as well, which is great. So, man, we'll see how this goes. I have a bad feeling about the regression of this team, but it was have to live with it. So Covington's a free agent. Gary Harris also bring in as well. Do like him. And we'll just get Kenyon Martin on the qualifying offer. But player progression, it's about to look bad, boys. Kawhi's down, Paul George is down, James Harden's down, Russell Westbrook is down. I mean, it could be worse, I guess. Plumlee's down as well. But yeah, I mean, this is it. Capella was the big addition for this team. He's reunited with James Harden. They used to play together in Houston, as we all know. And we'll just kind of see how it goes. And we'll just run it back this last season and hope for the best. So literally pretty much everybody on the roster is on a 1-year deal. So we'll just see what comes out of it. So same starting 5 as last year, other than Capella's the center now, which I think is going to be a huge improvement. But Kenyon Martin, Chris Boucher, Terrence Mann, Bruce Brown as your rotation isn't bad whatsoever. So we'll see how it goes. Proficiency is going to land us at a 4-star balance. We'll simulate this season. We'll hope for the best, and maybe we get lucky and win a championship in year 2. I'm making one last big splash. I'm trading Bruce Brown, Mason Plumlee, and a first, which is a pick swap to the Grizzlies for a 2025 top 3 protected pick and Brandon Clark. So we're getting a really good backup 5 in Brandon Clark. We all know what he can bring when he's healthy. So we're just going for a really good backup center here is basically the goal. So Brandon Clark enters the rotation, and he'll be our brand new backup 5 here. And he'll be like the only guy under contract next year. So yeah, that was the big addition to the deadline. Is that going to make a big difference? I'm not sure. We're 7 games above 500 right now, but we are the 2nd seed in the West. So take that for what you will. But I will see you guys in the end of year number 2. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see if this works out for us or not. At the end of the season, something I don't think I've ever seen before is Evan Mobley wins MVP. 19 points, 14 rebounds, 2 blocks. Shout out to Evan Mobley. Matisse Buzelis is your rookie of the year for the Pacers. You got Bradley Beal, 6th man, 80 defensive player. Killian Hayes wins most improved, averaging 8 and 8 for Phoenix. Okay, Biggerstaff coach of the year, and Harrison is your executive. So here's your NBA first team, all NBA second, all NBA third team, all defensive first team, and all defensive second team. So we are the 2nd seed in the West once again, and here are your player stats to end off the year as I mentioned it already, this is our last run. So if we lose here, we lose. I'm not going another season because honestly, as I already mentioned tons of times at the beginning of the video, if James Harden gets traded to the Clippers, I think it's going to be for a 1-year thing. And then you'll move on from that. Depending on what happens, I guess. But regardless, we get the Golden State Warriors in round 1. They got Steph, Moses Moody, Wiggins, Kuminga, Kevon Looney, Gary Trent, Draymond Green, Beasley, Gary Payton, and Brandon. So they did lose Clay, which should play in our favor, I would imagine. We made Clark as an addition to the trade deadline. We got Clint Capella, got Chris Boucher. I've done everything that I can to make our bench as good as possible. So somebody current round against the Warriors, and they win game 1, but we are going to beat them in 5. So thankfully, we at least get to round 2. And now we get the LA Lakers, who lost LeBron James, but they replaced him with... Or no, he didn't. Never mind. He didn't. Well, I thought he retired for some reason. Regardless, Cameron Reddish, Max Lewis, Rui Hachimura, DeAndre Russell, Reeves, Jackson Hayes, AD. So, Battle of LA here. So here we go. Game 1, 1-0 start. Beat them by literally 40. So we're off to a great start. Game 2, they even it up. All right. Game 3, 2-1. Game 4, 3-1. Do we beat them in 5 to get the conference finals once again? And we do not. Game 6, do we win? Going to a game 7. All right, man. Game 7. They want to give less minutes to Kenyon Martin, but game 7 in LA. Here we go. Both LA teams. This would be one for the ages here. Game 7. All or nothing. We start out the first quarter hot as can be. Now, they could sneak back into this game, but it's looking good for us. I think we beat them. All right. We're going to the conference finals. So we did not go home, but we did go to a game 7. Now we draw the Utah Jazz. So who do the Jazz have, you might ask? I don't know. They got Lonzo Ball, Obaji, Markkanen, Collins, Kessler, Colin Sexton, Clarkson, and Isaiah Hartenstein. Pretty solid team in Utah. I know Lonzo is very, very good, but I just feel like we're the better team. We'll see if that's the case. Somebody current round against the Jazz, and we are going to go up 3-0. We're looking good. And we're back in the finals, I think. Yes, we are. But this time we draw the Cavaliers. So 2 NBA Finals appearances in a row. But do we take it home is the question. Cleveland has the MVP in Evan Mobley. They have Garland, Mitchell, Okoro, Mobley, Jarrett Allen. So Cole Anthony, Drummond, LeVert, and Max Strus. I don't feel good about my chances here, but hey, we won game 1. That's a great start. We at least win 1 game. Game 2, they even it up. Game 3, 2-1. Game 4, we even it up here, or we're probably done for, and we're down 3-1. Cleveland has probably taken us out, and we'll see if we can maybe get back into it. Maybe win game 5 and 6, and we're going to a game 7. Who knows? All right, Simcast, game 5 in Cleveland. I mean, hey, if we win this one, we go home for game 6, and we could be in a good position, but we'll see if we can hang on to this one. They're actually sneaking back into it. Do they get it at the very end? And it looks like they might be getting it. 120-122. My legacy is on the line here. 122-124. Do we get a Crushables gameplay for 2 videos in a row? Last video was a disaster. Let's do it. Let's do it. I mean, this feels like a choke job, so we got to come in here and save the day. All right, I feel pretty good about the 5 that we have on the floor, and we are at the free throw line. So that's a good start to this. So Kawhi Leonard at the free throw line. First free throw is good. That was the only one. Okay, so we're down 1. So at least we make the free throw. That's a good start. Here we go. Russell Westbrook guarding Darius Garland. Here we go. They also got the MVP and Evan Mobley on the floor. We get a screen from Donovan Mitchell. It's going to make sure we don't let like a 3 off. That would just absolutely kill us. So Jarrett Allen, I'm there. Ooh, okay. I thought he was about to pull that. I actually feel like I played pretty good defense there. I'm here once again. Jarrett Allen, nice screen and roll. Kind of got lost there. It's pretty solid play there. I was worried about Donovan Mitchell, or it was Garland or Mitchell who flaked to the perimeter, and I thought he was going to hit that for 3. So kind of got worried about that one. But I'm getting a screen. I'm going to have the same play this ran on me, but this time it's not going to work out. We do have Kenyon Martin. Okay, let's just reset. Let's reset this bad boy. So that almost was a disaster, but I'm going back to the screen and roll again. I'm not going to take the screen this time. I'm going to have Kenyon Martin again for the lay-in. And he gets blocked by the MVP and Evan Mobley. That might be all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Technically, okay, hold on. I gotta make sure we don't foul. There's 2. Well, we might have to foul, actually, don't we? I don't know. We might actually have to foul regardless, so I don't know if it even matters. Garland, I mean, there's like a 2-second difference, so yeah, we might have to foul. We're down 3, and each time I got absolute. Can I get a steal here, low key? I'm gonna try to get a steal. I mean, I got to foul. Let's just foul. All right, we foul. Cleveland's at the free throw line. I imagine Garland hits both of these, and that probably sends us. Hey, missed the first one, although we're down 3. So if we were down 2, that would have opened up so much more. When he makes the second one, we call our last timeout. We have to hit a 3. And then we have to foul, and then we don't really have a timeout. But down 3-1, it was kind of expected we were going to lose this series once we went down 3-1. I'm going to need a screen, and I'm going to have to, you know, I'm going for Kawhi. As we know, Kawhi can be clutch here. So he do that. Yeah, that gets tipped. Okay, so that didn't work out at all. I tried to go to the corner. Did not work whatsoever. All right, here we go. Let's see. Can I get a screen again? Russell Westbrook. Dude, I have Evan Mobley on me. I don't know if this is going to work, but wait, why did I not? Okay, whatever. 3, and we miss it. Yeah, that was it. Well, that did not work out, and we lose with the Los Angeles Clippers. I mean, that was to be expected once we went down 3-1 to the Cavaliers, so it is what it is. We tried, and that's all you can ask for. So the Cleveland Cavaliers go on to win the championship. Evan Mobley also win Finals MVP. The gameplay by my end was not great. I got absolutely obliterated both times on those screen and rolls. I was just trying to get an easy 2. Did not work out, but that'll be the end of this one. So James Harden to the Clippers. Will it happen? Maybe not. It doesn't look like it will. It's kind of a fun idea, but it has a very, 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 very quick expiration date. I will say that. That's my biggest pun I can put at the, or biggest analogy I can put at the end of this. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. See y'all in the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.